What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken, here today for a fall Blu-ray recommendation video. So what I'm gonna do in this video, just another kind of casual recommendation video. So I've got 10 titles right here, 10 movies that I would consider to be fall-themed movies. Not all of these are horror. It's very easy to just go straight horror because we are getting into October. And you know, in October we watch all horror movies. So there's not all horror in here, but there are a few with some horror themes in them. But yeah, I'm not just doing horror, but I'm going to show off the Blu-rays to you. I'm going to tell you why I recommend them as fall watches. And then I'm going to show you, you know, where you can buy them, how much they are. Like I do with a lot of these recommendation videos, I'll be leaving the links for purchase in the description below, and they will be Amazon affiliate links. So if you use them, you will be supporting the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. But before we get into these recommendations, I'm going to ask, if you are not yet a subscriber of the Mid-Level Media channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button for more great physical media based content. Also be sure to hit that like button. Comment down below what some of your favorite films to watch in the fall season are. So yeah, we are getting into the fall season, guys. It is the beginning of September. Tomorrow is Labor Day. That's usually when the fall season is in full effect. You know, it's September, which, to be honest, is I get the Halloween feels when we get to September. I know October is the Halloween horror month, but I start watching my horror movies early, my fall movies early. Fall technically starts on the 20th of September, but we are in the fall season. We are in the fall months. We are in the thick of it, and it's time to start recommending and watching some fall movies. So like I said, I'm going to show you all these movies one by one. I'm going to tell you why I consider them to be fall watches, and then I'll tell you all how much they are on Amazon, the multiple different versions that they may have. There may be some Scream Factory, Shout Factory, bootleg, Steelbooks, DVD, Blu-ray versions. I'm going to try to give you the price points for a lot of different types of releases, which each one of these movies to kind of help you all and point you in the right direction of what purchase will be best for you. So let's start with the first one, guys. And I just watched this movie for the first time this year, which I know a lot of you will think is crazy, but I just watched When Harry Met Sally, which is a classic romantic comedy. And yes, I have the DVD version right here. I don't have the Shout title of this one. So yeah, I watched this one for the first time this year. Not on DVD, but I watched this one actually on HBO Max. I absolutely loved this movie. It definitely has fall themes just kind of flowing throughout it. I mean, you got just the classic look of Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal in that like Central Park in the New York Central Park and the leaves and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure it's set in New York. I could be wrong about that though. So yeah, you got all the fall leaves and the colors and just the fall feels in this one. And it's just a great romantic comedy. This is the template for romantic comedies, in my opinion. It's like when you watch this movie, it's so good, and it's like everything that came after it just copied and tried to replicate the excellence of what they achieved in this film. Rob Reiner directed this movie. Meg Ryan, Billy Crystal just has such great chemistry in this movie. It's funny. It's just so good. I love this movie. I couldn't believe that I'd never watched it. So as far as how you can purchase this movie, it is on DVD on Amazon if you want this DVD edition. And this is the Say Yes, Yes, Yes edition of that one. I got the little sticker there, but I couldn't take it off. It was on the plastic, but I took it off the plastic and I put it on the case. Let me know in the comment section below if you do that kind of weird stuff, because I do. If it's a sticker, I believe I'll be able to get off. You know, I don't want it to stick to the case, but usually these stickers they put on the plastic, you can put on your cases, and then they'll easily peel off later. So I put it on the case, and yeah, the DVD is $5.99 on Amazon right now. If you just want to get the DVD, I always say there's nothing wrong with a little DVD action here and there. You know, in the age of the Blu-ray and the 4K, DVD still kills them both. It makes up like 65 to 70% of the physical media market. So people are still buying DVDs. So nothing wrong with that at all. The DVD is $5.99. You can get a multi-pack Blu-ray of this for $7.99 on Amazon. But if you want the Shout Select title with all the special features, excellent special features, by the way, the one that I really need to get, desperately need to get, it's only $13.36 right now on Amazon.com. And I see it in stores every single week at Target when I go in there on the shelf for, I think, $13.99 as well. So I'm pretty sure you can get this in your local Target right now, the Shout Select title. So yeah, I need to upgrade that one desperately because I love the movie. And I need to watch those special features. So yeah, $13.36 for the Shout Select. You can't go wrong with that. I'll be leaving that in the link below. So let's get into the next fall movie, guys. And this is one that is getting ready to get a 4K. So none of the other movies I'm going to be discussing, actually no, there is one, but most of these movies don't have a 4K release yet. So the next one that I'm going to talk about is Silence of the Lambs. To me, this definitely has a very fall-like aesthetic to it. It's not like a very fall-feeling movie. There's not like colorful leaves and stuff like that, but this is the way it opens with Jodie Foster kind of jogging in that forest. It's clearly around the fall, transitioning into the winter months. And it just does have a very like dark and dingy kind of gloomy fall aesthetic to it. So I don't know, just when I think of fall and watching fall movies in the fall, I do think of Silence of the Lambs. So, and it's just one of the best horror movies of all time. And yes, it is a horror movie. I know some people argue that it's a thriller, it's a crime thriller. It can be both. It can be a thriller, it can be a horror movie. I'd say it's a horror movie, and this is an excellent edition right here, the Criterion Collection Edition. It is available right now, and there is no like 50% off sale, but this is available right now for $19.99 on Amazon.com. I absolutely recommend this. This is like my top Criterion pick. Excellent special features, excellent packaging in this one. Right there, guys, just look at that. It's absolutely beautiful and stunning. It's got a booklet inside. You open that up, and it's got that moth butterfly thing. That like ink block painting, and yeah, it's just absolutely stunning release by Criterion with some great special features, directed by Jonathan Demme, starring Jodie Foster, Anthony Hopkins. So you can get the Criterion for $19.99. Now, if you want to pre-order the Kino Lorber 4K that's going to be coming out in October, you can do that right now, and it's $27.99 for the 4K pre-order of that. So I'll leave that link down below as well. So Silence of the Lambs is my second pick. I've got 8 more to go. We're going to be doing 10 movies here today. So Sleepy Hollow, like I said, I've got some horror in here. I just have one. Now I've got another one. This is definitely a fall vibe movie, like September, October. This is a fall movie, no doubt. Sleepy Hollow, it's a great Tim Burton movie. It's an underrated Tim Burton movie. I don't feel like a lot of people talk about this one. It is one of his best, hands down. Might be in my top 3 Tim Burton movies. This one, Beetlejuice, Batman 1989, might be my 3 best Tim Burton movies. I love this movie. I just watched it again last year for the first time. It's excellent. Definitely has those creepy fall vibes to it. The forest, the leaves, all that stuff is there. And yeah, it's just a great story, a classic story of the Headless Horseman. You got Johnny Depp, you got Christina Ricci on the back. I do have the Steelbook right here, guys. And this Steelbook right now on Amazon is unfortunately going for $59.99, so that's very steep. This is an FYE exclusive, I'm pretty sure. You may be able to find it in your local FYEs for maybe 15 to 20 bucks. I think I found this for $12 last year in FYE. It was on sale. But if you want just the regular Blu-ray, it's $9.99 on Amazon. So I definitely wouldn't pay 60 bucks for this Steelbook. But the Blu-ray for 10 bucks is a great deal. This is a great movie. I highly recommend Sleepy Hollow. Very gory as well. It's not kid friendly at all. Rated R. And I think one of the few Tim Burton R-rated movies, if I'm not mistaken, maybe the only one. Maybe the only one. I could be wrong though. The next one I got, guys, is a movie I recommend this movie all the time. Came out in 2014. It's directed by Adam Wingard, starring Micah Monroe, who was in It Follows, and also Dan Stevens. It's called The Guest. This movie is like a modern day Terminator. It's got like sci-fi elements in it. It's got freaking action elements in it. It's got horror elements in it. It is distinctly a fall movie. It is around the fall time. There is Halloween themes everywhere in this film. When you get to the end, it's like a Halloween themed dance that they go to that has like haunted mazes in it and stuff. So the aesthetic is there for the fall. And this movie is just super underrated. This is definitely a fall movie, a great movie to watch in the fall time. And yeah, this is just one of the most underrated films that's come out in the past 10 years. I always talk about this movie because not enough people have seen it and more people need to watch it. But The Guest, absolutely fantastic. Like I said, if you love movies like The Terminator, this is like in the same vein as those films. So The Guest is fantastic. You can get a Blu-ray Region B version of this for $10 on Amazon.com. I think for $10.37, but if you don't have a region-free Blu-ray player, you can get the regular Blu-ray for $24.99. So I got a great deal on this one. I found it at Half Price Books with a slipcover for like $6. So I was super happy when I found it. But this Blu-ray version right here, guys, is $24.99 on Amazon. So not very cheap if you want the Blu-ray. But if you have a region-free player, like that's a really cool cover on that one for $10. So I definitely recommend that. This next one, guys, another great fall movie. October Sky with Jake Gyllenhaal. This is directed by Joe Johnston. I haven't seen this movie in a long time. I ordered it last year, still got it in the plastic wrapping, but I used to love watching this movie as a kid. You know, it's set during school, it's set during the fall months. It's called October Sky. It's a very inspirational story. It's a true story too, I believe. But yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal's in it. It's one of his first movies. Laura Dern, excellent performances in this film, and I would highly recommend this movie as a fall watch. So getting into the Blu-ray of this one, it is $9.99 on Blu-ray on Amazon.com. Great movie. You can't beat it for that price for $9.99. So the next one I'm going to talk about is it's a recent movie. In fact, the next couple I'm going to talk about, I'm going to go ahead and move that up, came out in 2019. So these are, and they both came out around the fall time as well. So they're both excellent films, both excellent fall films with plenty of fall themes and aesthetic to them and setting and all that good stuff. But Knives Out is a great murder mystery film that came out in 2019. A great cast in this one. They've already announced like 50,000 people that's going to be in the second one. But this first one is super fun. You got Daniel Craig, you got Ana de Armas, Toni Collette, Jamie Lee Curtis, Michael Shannon. So many great people in this movie. You know, Christopher Plummer, Don Knotts. It's just a freaking stacked cast in this film. And yeah, directed by Rian Johnson, the same guy that did The Last Jedi. So don't hold that against him if you're a Last Jedi hater. But Knives Out is super fun. It's a great movie. It's a great fall movie, I think. Great murder mystery. I have the Target edition right here, which includes this book, Hook, Line, and Sinker, a Harlan Thornberry novel. So that was a really cool edition set that I got. So I'm not sure you can still purchase this one anywhere, maybe on eBay. But yeah, this is the Blu-ray version. The Blu-ray version is it goes on sale all the time for like $10 on 4K. So right now it's on 4K, it's $14.96, and it is $8.77 for the Blu-ray of this one. So I'd absolutely recommend picking this up if you've never seen it on Blu-ray for $8.77. So that's Knives Out. The next one that I'm going to talk about is, again, a more recent movie. This is directed by Greta Gerwig. It's a movie that I saw in the theaters when it came out, and I didn't love it, but when I rewatched it again at home when I bought it on Blu-ray, absolutely fell in love with this movie. This is Little Women. I think like the third iteration of this film. Of course, it's based on a novel. Yeah, this movie is absolutely fantastic. I've never seen the other two Little Women, so I don't have that point of comparison, but I love this movie. I love Saoirse Ronan in this movie. It's a great cast. Timothée Chalamet, I wasn't too big on him as an actor. I thought he was fantastic in this movie. I thought the chemistry that he has with Saoirse Ronan is great. I love the way that they tell this story, just kind of like time jumping and stuff. And it's just a really good, nice, feel-good movie that when you're done watching it, you just feel good about yourself. You feel good about life. You feel good about just watching movies in general. Go watch Little Women. It's a great fall movie. It's got a great fall setting as well. With all that, I'm just thinking of like with all the leaves changing and the colors. I think this takes place during like the winter months as well, so you do have those elements. But I think of it as like a fall type movie, and I love this movie. I absolutely love it. Highly recommend Little Women. Getting on to, I got 3 more picks, guys, and this one is another one I recommend all the time. It was my favorite movie the year it came out, and the year that it came out, there was some banger movies. This is Sing Street. The only thing I can say, and yes, I think of it as a fall movie because they were just starting back at school. It takes place in Ireland in the 80s. So you do get those fall vibes in this film. It's not the traditional fall vibes with like the leaves colors and changing and all of that stuff, but you do get the fall vibes of starting back to school again after summer vacation and all that kind of stuff. So Sing Street, guys, is, to me, like, it's the most underrated movie of the 2010s. Nobody talks about this film. Like I said, this was my favorite movie the year it came out. It is a great coming-of-age film about a boy that just wants to impress a girl in school. And, you know, as a guy, like, you relate to that because I remember being a young man as well and wanting to impress girls in school. It's just such a relatable story. Even from her perspective as well, it can be relatable. If you're a female watching this movie, you can still get that same relatability factor. But I'd say it's more so towards the males than anything as far as like relatability because you are in his shoes during the film. But it's just the classic story of a guy that's wanting to impress a girl. You know, he starts a rock band just for this girl. And it ends up taking off, and he ends up discovering his talent and just how good he is at singing and all that stuff. It's got a great original soundtrack to it. The music in this film it's like the best original soundtrack I've ever heard, maybe since like Grease or something like that. Like the fact that nothing in this movie, no songs were even nominated for Best Original Song the year it came out, which is like absolutely a crime. Drive It Like You Stole It absolutely should have won an Oscar. Like that freaking song is so catchy and awesome, and it's original. You've never heard it before this movie. So they have tons of songs in these movies, just tons of awesome songs. And yeah, just a great original soundtrack, a great story, great performances. And it's got Littlefinger in it too from Game of Thrones. So there's that as well. So Sing Street, cannot recommend this one enough. Right now, guys, you can buy Sing Street for $20.26 on Amazon.com. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but Little Women is $10 on Amazon. I think I forgot to mention that. But yeah, Sing Street is a little bit steep. It's a little pricey for this release, but it is so worth it. This movie is so good, and you will not regret owning it in your collection. I can tell you that, hands down. So next one up, guys, is another like school movie, college, that has a lot of the fall aesthetic and stuff like that to it. And it feels like fall time when you watch it. And that's Good Will Hunting. This to me, it's maybe my second favorite Robin Williams performance. I don't think I'll ever be able to take Mrs. Doubtfire out of #1. That's just my top choice. But Good Will Hunting is absolutely a fantastic film. You got Robin Williams in it, giving like I said, one of his best performances of all time. Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, they wrote this film. You got Gus Van Sant who directed it. It's just such a great movie. It's Robin Williams won the Oscar for this movie. Absolutely love this movie. Right now, guys, you can get it on Blu-ray for $9.99. So I absolutely recommend this movie, especially if you've never seen it. Good Will Hunting, great fall movie. The last one is a little bit more obscure, a little bit more off the beaten path. So I got this movie at the Dollar Tree. I watched it on Hulu, I think, when it first came out. And this is called The Clove, Hitch, Killer. So I only paid $1 for this movie. Like I said, I haven't got it out of plastic yet because I've already seen the film. This movie is a great fall movie for one. It is kind of set in the falls and the trees are turning colors and stuff. It does really have that gloomy fall aesthetic to it. It's a great kind of, I would call it kind of a murder mystery. Until the very end. So basically, like, there's this serial killer from like 10 years ago, and it's suspected that the father of this family was that serial killer. He has since stopped, but the son starts to discover clues and evidence of the fact that his dad may have been the Clove Hitch killer from 10 years ago. So it's him trying to figure out if his dad is actually this notorious serial killer from the past. So it's a really cool story. And another interesting fact is this movie was filmed around where I live. Down here in Kentucky. So there's actually a grocery store that's down the street from me that you can clearly see in the background of this film. So it's really cool. And yeah, it's a really good fall vibes movie. It's an underrated movie from the last couple of years. Absolutely recommend you check this out. Like I said, I got this at a Dollar Tree for $1. So maybe check your local Dollar Tree, see if you can find the same deal as well. But you can also, if you don't want to wait, this is a Scream Factory release in IFC Midnight. You can get this DVD for $10.82 on Amazon.com right now, and you can also get the Blu-ray for $17.96 on Amazon.com as well. So yeah, The Clove Hitch Killer. So that does it for my 10 fall recommendations for Blu-rays that you should own and watch during the fall season. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Be sure in the comment section below to leave your own recommendations for fall watches, and also which one of these films that I recommended are you going to be watching? Do you like the best? Leave all that in the comment section below. Also, be sure to like this video, guys. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Turn on all those bell notifications for future videos, and we'll see you next time.